Hello everyone, Bella here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys one of my favorite ways to get service hours, through knitting and crocheting. So I've been knitting since I was about 8 years old. I learned while I was in Chicago, my aunt taught me, because I forgot my books and I had no entertainment, and I need entertainment. Like, you have to keep yourself occupied in some way, shape, or form. So I started knitting and I never stopped. Then my senior year of high school, I picked up crocheting, and I've been crocheting for the past 2-3 years. So I tend to knit and crochet the items that I make for charity. How in the world does this work, you may ask? I actually donate my items through an organization called Kids Knitting It Forward. I'm gonna go ahead and link their website in the description. So Kids Knitting It Forward is a local St. Louis organization that teaches and encourages younger generations to knit, and if you feel like it, crochet, items for charity. So all of the items are collected and then donated to different local projects. Well, actually, local, national, they have a nice diversity to them. So one of my favorite projects that I really tend to donate a lot to is the Red Scarf Project. So the Red Scarf Project asks for donations of red scarves. They don't have to be all red. They can have like a little different color in there, but majority red scarves, and then they are donated to kids within the foster care program for Valentine's Day. So it's a really nice way to just send some love, send some appreciation to people who they might need it every now and then. Yeah. So the Red Scarf Project is really wonderful. Additionally, Newborns in Need of Eastern Missouri is a really big one that I donate to because they love baby blankets. Babies, they need baby blankets. They need baby hats. I have a few baby hats in my donation haul this time around. And those are the two that come to mind right off the bat. Oh, Haven House. Haven House is another one that they donate to. In my life, how this works is, because I'm busy and I can't drop off my stuff on a regular basis, I usually drop off twice a year. And how I gauge that is, when is my box full? So this is my little box. What they ask you to do is they ask you to put a little string through your donated item, and then you tie it with a little note on it, and it says, knitted by Bella, a member of Kids Knitting It Forward. So it's a little personalized, people know where it's coming from, and they also realize that it's homemade. So none of these are gonna be perfect. Even though I've been knitting for a long time, I still definitely make mistakes. Like, I think this is the perfect example. Or, I think this is, yeah. This hat, I made way too small. It was supposed to be from my head. Nope. So, this one is just gonna be donated to someone with a smaller head, maybe a kid. But yeah, back to the main point, none of these are perfect. Without further ado, I am gonna get into it. We're gonna start off with my patchwork blanket. Okay, so patchwork blankets are one of my favorite blankets to make because they're super duper easy, especially for beginners, okay? So this goes out to all my beginners out there. If you're just started out knitting or crocheting, this is a wonderful project for you because all you have to do is make tiny little boxes, yeah? So this is a patchwork blanket. This is what it looks like. And all you do is you make these little boxes. This is a crochet one, so I made these little boxes and then I just stitched them together. So these are not as time consuming or demanding as if you were to actually like make the whole blanket at one time. Instead of doing the patches, if you were just to go through and knit it or crochet it all at once, this one allows you to just like make little boxes, and then when you get the chance, just like take all your boxes and sew them together. So I really like it. Especially, I try and carry crochet or knit with me everywhere, so I always have a project to work on. And trying to carry around a big blanket in my backpack, it doesn't work. Literally in middle school, or in high school, I would make these like baby blankets that they were like little rectangles, or little diamonds. So you would knit them, you would start really small, and then you knit out, and then you knit in. And they were pretty big. And I would try to keep them in my backpack because I was really into these baby blankets for a hot second. But they would be in my backpack and they just get too big. And then I can't carry that around my backpack anymore because I literally just wouldn't have room for my school stuff. So I think this is the perfect solution. Another really cool thing about patchwork blankets is that you do not necessarily have to stitch them together yourself. So if you are in St. Louis and you happen to pursue a relationship or membership in Kids Knitting It Forward, then you can just send your patches in, and someone, like an older individual, a more skilled individual in Kids Knitting It Forward, will patch them together for you. And another opportunity, there is an organization, I forget the name, I'll put it somewhere in here. Hi guys, Editing Bella here with Miss Lita to let you know that the organization whose name I forgot is Warm Up America. Warm Up America is a wonderful organization that accepts knitted and crocheted blocks of certain dimensions from all over the United States. You can ship them your squares and they will construct beautiful warm blankets for homeless shelters, youth centers, senior homes, veteran centers, and hospitals, firefighters, first responders, anyone who is in need of warmth and a little bit of handcrafted love, they work with. So Warm Up America, I'll make sure to link all their information in the description for you. Now back to it. So that is another wonderful organization that you can give your patches to if you're a beginner, and especially if you're not in St. Louis. If you're in St. Louis, I'm going to continue to recommend you join Kids Knitting It Forward because I love the group and it's just so much fun. Like, we get together and we Zoom while we knit, we just catch up and talk about what everyone's up to, that kind of stuff. It's a really cool group and I'd love to see some of you guys in those meetings if you fancy. If not, check out the description and I'll link some different places that you can donate your stuff. Okay, next up, I have a lot of hats, okay? So, I'm gonna pull all my hats up. Okay, where's my little, I think I'm missing one. Oh, there we go, I found it. I found it! Okay, so these are all the hats that I made. Let's see, we got one, oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so these are the hats that I made, and this is a new pattern that I just started doing literally like a few months ago. Okay, so cool things about this pattern. One, look at that design. Look at that design. I've never done anything like that before. This is what it looks like on the inside, because you don't like tie off the yarn every single time you switch colors. You just switch out the colors. So you're constantly switching out you have 2 balls of yarn you're working with, and that's kind of what it looks like in the inside. So it's pretty cool. And then another really cool thing about this pattern is that it has a double bottom. So there's 2 layers of yarn here. And what you do is you bring, so originally this bottom is really long. Cool thing about this pattern is that it has a double bottom. So there's 2 layers of yarn here. And what you do is you bring, so originally this bottom is really long. It's literally 2 times the length, but then you fold it up and you tie it in there. I hope this is making sense. But you bring it up and then it gives it this like, there's 2 layers to it. I hope you can see that there's 2 layers to it. So this is a new pattern that I was working with. I really liked it. So I kept, oh no, it is. I just realized that I think this might have been my first experience doing it, because like, it's not the best. Some of the whites on the bottom here, you can't super see it, is that these are homemade, and the people receiving these know that, and I know that, so I'm not gonna be a super perfectionist. I'm just gonna make things in my free time and donate them when I can. So, this is another one. Here's another one. And now I introduce you to this little dude. So cute, so cute. What? Oh my gosh, this little dude, so cute. What's up? And this honestly is such an easy pattern. Look at that, isn't that so adorable? Here's another one, a little short, fat one, beautiful. And then, I started making baby hats and I didn't stop. Like, I still have one that's in the back of my car right now, unfinished. That if I happen to like go to the movie theater, or if I'm somewhere and I forgot to bring knitting, then I know I have knitting in my car. This was the start of my baby hat binge. Oh my gosh. And then, okay, so the last thing that I'm gonna be donating is this beautiful baby blanket that I made shortly before this. So this is the baby blanket. This is one of my favorites, like all-time favorites that I've probably made. Look at that. Isn't that so precious? So precious. So this one, they're called granny square blankets because these are like little granny squares that are just fun to make by themselves. Sometimes you can make like dishcloths out of them. I don't know what else, but super duper precious. So I worked hard on making all of these little squares, and then I just kind of put them together, and now it's adorable. Like, look at that. Someone's gonna be so happy to have this, I'm sure. So some items that I have made more for like, oh no, more for just personal happiness and just for me, like for real. I made this little avocado bag. I don't know how else to hold it, but look, it's a little avocado bag, right? So this holds all of our fruit. We just like hang it up, and right now has a mango. It's my favorite like spring summer fruit, mango. Cheers to mangoes. This holds our mangoes and our avocados. And then something else that I made. Whoop, whoop. This is made out of grocery bags, okay? You don't even get it. This is made out of grocery bags, okay? So if you look closely, those are all little grocery bags that I cut up and made into yarn, plastic yarn, and then crocheted into this. And I used colors, like I used yarn, yellow yarn here, blue yarn here, gray yarn on the bottom to like give it a little color. When it starts out, this is what the material looks like. So it starts out like this, and then you crochet it into this. So badass, right? Like, think about all the stuff you could carry in here. Woo! And I still have more room. Like, look, here's another random bag. Yeah. Also fits. Let's see, can I fit in one more random bag? I can. And that, my friends, is why I will be keeping this bag. Might not be the prettiest bag, but it is very efficient, very utilitarian. She gets the job done, you know? If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'm so happy to know that there are other people out there who are interested in doing some good, making a positive impact, because the more of us that there are, the better off this world will be. That is why it is no longer for sale. Woo! Rock on. Now, just gonna unload all that. Goodbye. And goodbye. Can you believe? You did so good, Lita. You did so good.